Good morning. This is Van with Level 8. August 17th, here to do the pre-market today on these indexes. Let's get rolling with this. We're not too far from the open. Start out with our key ranges chart as usual. Uh, it's too early for ticks here. We're looking at our the other internals here that we watched. We're just adding together the two treasuries, 10 and 30 here, and they're slightly down, pretty flat though right now. In general, we might not make a call based on these. That'd be pretty neutral. And there's a CVD on those. Back to the charts here, we have NQ and ES. On today, we've got the points of control exposed. So there's the Globex point of control. That's today, right now, since 5 p.m. Sunday evening Central Time. That's the time I'm in. And there's Friday's point of control, the entire auction, the entire Globex auction. So, the 7:30 move that we get every day, basically, just it ran down to that PPOC, which is that prior point of control, basically on ES. And really to the dollar came down to the penny came down to the mid in this whole range. So we draw a pre-market bid on the pre-market highs and lows and the auction. So right in the middle of that is what we came down to. And you could almost think of this as a 50% retracement on this range. So that's what happened here. This gives us, we're inside Friday's auction. There's L1, H1 on both of these. This kind of gives us a VWAP magnet likely here in the early call. We'll get another one of these in an hour or so. But right now it looks rotational or VWAP magnet. Really what we've seen. Hopefully, we're going to get a little relief from what happened last week with the really low ATR and not much movement to trade on, but it's August and we kind of expect this type of thing. If we move on to these longer time frames, we trade into Q, but we watch ES also. They steer each other. That's why we have these particular charts. But here are the longer term NQ charts. We had put out some levels here. All of these run back into July. There was the one that we couldn't break forever. Going back to mid-July, the 10th there. We did break it last week. We came down. Maybe it acted as support now, and we've stepped up and pulled back from the next level, the next swing level that we'd put on there back to July 2nd. And now we've got one on actually June 30th above that. So these levels are around 30,575, 30,300. If you'd like to mark those out, and this was always 30,075. These are the levels we've been interacting with for the past month, basically on the upside. There's a bigger ranges there here up on the hourly and the 30-minute. And that's where we're on those higher time frames. The lower time frames here. Bring these in. This is a 2, 5, 10, and 15. So we had this 7:30 move here. This is a 5-minute chart. Ran down immediately into RSI here. Got below these Keltners, and we got a little bit relief on it. The 2-minute was a little bit even more extreme. We got into extreme RSI here, which we don't stay in long. This is going to relieve. It's either going to relieve through consolidation, which we got some here, or just an outright reversal. We got extension on the level 8 MACD down here as well. So RSI, this extension here, we're usually going to see a change or a turn up, and that's what happened. There was our crossover there at 750-ish. Now we're kind of starting to move back down. We've got extremely low ATR right now. So meaning, and we say ATR, we're talking about the average size of these candles. It's a moving average of these, and it's really low right now at $9.52. Uh, Here's our 5-day range on on our 10-minute chart. We're at the top of that 5-day range. We came down to the interacted with the 200 EMA on the 10-minute. We pay attention to these very closely throughout the day. They're especially, when we're scalping like this, these up to and including 15-minute, a half an hour, etc. These 200s really become strong reaction points. We get, people may call them, they're certainly strong levels, but people will call them uh, order blocks and just all kinds of things. To me, they're all levels, and we see them coming. And we can reasonably expect that there will be orders sitting on them, and and they are. That's what people trade. It's how they trade. People of all stripes, the institutions, their algos are watching various things, and certainly these larger EMAs are part of that. Uh, but right now, again, we've got kind of a balanced auction, and we're looking for initially maybe some VWAP magnetism. If we get to our execution chart, we generally do our enters and exits on the 1-minute chart in the context of those larger charts. Same type of thing here. We've got a transitional structure. There's the 200, there's the 21. We're above the 21 and the 8. So this is not a high confidence trading zone right here in general. There's those treasury prices being down a little bit. Uh, let's see, Dixie down a little bit. That would be slightly bullish. Uh, VIX is rising. That could be seen as bearish. So we've just got a we've got a mixed picture here on this on these internals, and that's kind of what we would expect with what we're seeing here bouncing around inside the previous auction. So we've been down here, up here. Right now, there's not a lot to go on from a structural standpoint calling it, but it doesn't mean we're going to get some opportunities. Hopefully, we get some opportunities. They've been the last week. If this continues on, it could do it for another week here to where we get. You got to make your money early in the day because it just falls off pretty soon into kind of a low ATR mess. If we go look at our playbook a little bit different today. We're bringing online, so we're bringing some new things online here, but there were no major releases today news wise. Otherwise, we have the normal two-way risk, the oil and treasuries that we've been looking at in the that we look at over the war and everything else going on. Uh, Catalyst for tomorrow. There's no real major market release. Same type of things. We got some earnings. Uh, this one I believe is not correct. Like I said, we're doing some changes on the playbook right now. Uh, we have a balanced options overlay. So there's the drop down what we just went through on the chart in terms of the watch list we just looked at. A structural read really revolves around those prior, the current and the prior volume profiles. So on that key ranges chart, when we talk about all that stuff, we can expose other levels like the value area highs and things of those natures, and then we can get reads on those, and we can uh, make the determination where a bear plan would be us losing the Globex point of control and then the Globex value area low, and maybe we get breaks and retests and things like this. This is all within the context of those 200 period moving averages, etc. So these are things we watch because we're trading microstructure, and we don't want to get surprised by any of these levels. And we can use them, certainly the history of its interaction with them, to make high value entries. So that's how we trade here. Uh, but these acronyms that we use are listed here. You get used to those very quickly, and these are some of the levels to watch in terms of those treasuries, and certainly H1 and L1. That's Friday's high and low. Those are institutional levels. That's the prior auction. So I hope you don't get intimidated by this. It's just once you get into it, once you start getting used to the way that the price flows among these levels, it becomes a giant advantage. You're building situational awareness. You can execute whatever strategy you would like to from any influencer that you like, as long as you have a good situational awareness around what's happening, because these strategies, they all work some of the time. None of them work all of the time. Situational awareness does work all of the time. So that's what we're trying to get to here. So you guys are obviously watching this on. You're obviously watching this on YouTube. If you like this content, just like and subscribe to it. Go to level8trading.com. You can get into the Discord page and get the playbooks. Get into the NQ room with us and start to learn how we trade these levels and solve this puzzle and use the tools like the depth of market to trade with, etc. So I'll be back tomorrow. Hope you guys have a good trading day, and be careful about chasing today. We're in a positive gamma environment, so we're liable to have ranging spiky action. And I'll see you in the morning.